So today I want to talk about like employees that don't have any ethical codes about their job or their career. Like, for instance, I came over to a Walgreens the other day because I needed to drop my mom's prescription off from her ER visit. So, the prescription is very important, so I wanted to be patient. But when I got to the counter, I'm standing there, and the pharmacist or the pharmacy tech guy is talking to some guy, which sounds like he hasn't seen him in quite some time. So they're catching up. He never looks at me. He never acknowledges that I'm standing there. He doesn't say, "Ma'am, I'm helping a customer. I'll be with you in one moment," or anything, So he goes on to talk to the guy, and he's like, "Yeah, I graduated from pharmacy school like 2014 or something," he said, close to there. And then he was like, "I just don't like my job." And I mean, I'm standing right there. These are customers all around you. And you standing up here telling people that you don't give a damn about your job. People are coming in here to get medication. They are sick. They don't want to come in here and hear that you don't like your fucking job. Go somewhere else. That's so disrespectful, man. That shit pissed me off. But I stood there and I ain't say nothing. And I just kept on waiting patiently again, because this is not about me. This is for my mom. You know what I'm saying? But I believe in holding stuff in the back of my mind and telling people about it later. So he goes on to talk about this, and then they start talking about working out, because at this point, the guy feels so damn sorry for him. I guess the guy is in his career, and, they were chatting back and forth, and the guy's basically saying like, "Oh, it sucks for you," you know what I'm saying? But in a nice way. And so, they went on to talking or whatever, and then the guy changed the subject and was like, "Well, okay, I see, that you've been working out still." He was like, "Yeah, I don't get in the pool much anymore." And, the guy was just full of fucking negativity. Everything about him spewed negativity. So I'm telling myself, like, Marquis, don't even worry about it if the guy's negative or not, because you can stay positive and you can change the situation between the conversation when y'all finally get one, when he finally acknowledges that I'm standing there. Okay. So he finally acknowledges that I'm standing there because the other man walked off. So he was finished with him, and I was trying to explain to him that my mom is new here and she has this type of insurance and blah, 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 blah. All this schooling and shit, he just bragged to this dude about. He didn't know how to go on a computer and find out about different codes for a Medicaid or Medicare. He didn't know anything about like these different types of insurances. Like, I was telling him the parts of Medicare and different things like that. I just don't understand. You not happy at your job. You not book smart like you just sat up here bragging that you are. And then even most people, if I would have went to one of these other Walgreens with black employees, I bet you they would have knew the hard way and the easy way to look this stuff up. Because we have to train more to know more. And some people don't get training when they get somewhere because they walk in the door with a fucking piece of paper. So them type of things piss me off. And when I get rid of this situation, because I'm here to pick them prescriptions back up, because they can't fill no prescriptions for us. They already messing up. I called yesterday. I was on hold for an hour and a half. For what? And it just kept saying, "It's one caller in front of you." I'm like, okay, one caller is not a big deal. When one caller turns into an hour and a half, y'all just not answering the phones. These people in here are lazy. It used to be this really nice black lady that worked here, and they drove her absolutely nuts, and she left. So, as much as the Walgreens charges for their prescriptions and things like that, their employees should have a little bit more respect. They should be a little bit more gracious at their job. The HR for their corporate department should change their training process on how to find good candidates to work in these neighborhoods, especially in neighborhoods where people are receiving more assistance from the government. So this is ridiculous, So I just had to get that off of my chest, because I come from a hospitality background, and I didn't got in trouble enough. You know what I mean? Like, not fired or, written up or anything like that, but like, just good talkings and teachings, So people should just try to do better at work. Don't come projecting all of that negative ass energy, and people are coming in here to get something that they need to survive. Have a little bit more compassion. They need to endure Starbucks training. Starbucks training is a mother, and I've never worked at Starbucks, but I know a lot about one of their corporate offices here in Houston, and they train their employees. So that's all I had to say. I got a little long wind. But it's all good, y'all. Just appreciate your job, whether you like it or not. And then if you don't like, bounce up out of there. They don't need you there. You cutting back on money. Cut it. Y'all cutting the money back from the corporation with them nasty attitudes. Because I'm sure getting ready to go get all these prescriptions from over here. And I know it was at least almost 30 different kinds of things from over here, and I'm taking it to somewhere else, probably Target. I like them. The lady over there is so nice, and all of their pharmacists are nice and patient, and they're honest with you. So I'm going somewhere where I can receive that service.